Let's take a deep breath. Last month, we talked about freedom. Oh, we're just going to talk about freedom until you're free, damn it. Yes. We talked about freedom, and I made a remark as I was walking off the stage, if you call this a stage. I made a remark. What did I say? What did I say about freedom? Forgiveness. And many of you scratched your head or got on the message board and got into your intellectual bullshit. Machio, I'm sorry. I really meant to say machio, not bullshit. You say bullshit, I say machio. You got into intellectual machio about it. What did he mean? And what is this whole thing with forgiveness? I said that on purpose to irritate you, believe it or not. Forgiveness. But there was a lot of truth in it. Forgiveness. To be free, it's important to forgive yourself. Not in the old Catholic or parochial way. Sorry, Pope. Not in an old religious way where you run around suffering your forgiveness. Not at all. True forgiveness is saying, that wasn't me. Sorry, looked like me, sounded like me. It actually wasn't, believe it or not. That was not me that did that. That was not me that was offensive, abusive, or whatever else. That was not me that gambled away our house payment. Really wasn't. Truly wasn't. That's forgiveness. Oh, I'm getting that look from Linda, that look of, Now here we come to an energetic crash. Because most of you are good with this, but some of you are not. You're saying, what? Now he's gone too far. Saying it wasn't me. Yeah, of course it was me. And I have to suffer for it. And I have to make amends. And I have to learn why this was bad. And I have to do all of this karma for it. Really? Okay. Have fun. Bye. There's another spiritual group. The one I didn't go to. You can go to them. Because here, in this group, forgiveness is easy as saying, that wasn't me. And then it's done. Can you do that? Yes. Let me ask again. I got to ask 3 times. Can you do that? Yes. Wow. I thought it would be muddled when you said that the second time. Let me ask a 3rd time. Can you do that? Yes. Wow. I'm amazed. Wow, Obama might win after all. But it doesn't matter, does it? Tomorrow might be different than today. So, the point, the moral of the story is, that's the simplified version of forgiveness. It wasn't me. It was an aspect. It was yesterday. I'm not going to carry around that old luggage, emotional, physical, painful luggage anymore. Now, something triggers here. Old programming. It's in the matrix. It's been programmed in. I can't do that. No. Right. Because if I do that, if I am that irresponsible, what if I go back to drinking again? What if I go back to abusing people? I made a vow to myself, never, ever. What if I am so cavalier that I just say, that wasn't me? Am I delusional? Am I irresponsible that I can just shirk it off like that without feeling it deeply, without penance, without anything other than giving Adamus some money, $10. Can I do that? That is freedom. That's a tough one. And most of you aren't going to do it. You'll think about it, you'll laugh, you'll kind of say, oh, what a great idea, and you're going to talk to your friends tonight.
I have a question.
I didn't think it was Q&A time yet.
I have a question. You said every word except responsibility. What about responsibility?
What about it?
Does that play into it at all? Some people just take responsibility. It's not just about feeling like they have to pay penance, just merely taking responsibility.
Actually, this is all part of the pre-scripted discussion. She interrupts me, and I act a little offended. Adamus? I'm a master with my own podium. You cannot interrupt me. Take that.
Phew!
For those of you watching the first time that are still here, this is a Crimson Circle special program. Responsibility. That's an interesting question, and I'm going to put it right back on all of you. What's more responsible? What is more responsible? Walking around with that backpack filled with yesterday? Is that responsible? Walking around with who you used to be? No, it's a lot of things, but it's not responsible. And if you are going to start taking responsibility for your soul, which you haven't, you pretended it was somewhere else, which I'll talk about in a moment. If you're going to take responsibility for your soul, I contend, I'm not saying you have to believe, but I contend that responsibility starts right now by understanding it actually really wasn't you, and I can prove it. It was the net result of old programming. Hypnosis, past life BS, in things that were inflicted by teachers, parents, mostly yourself though, and mostly programming. So, what is more responsible, I ask? To continue with the old programming, or to stop right now and say, that really was not me. That was a lot of things, but that was not me. I'm not going to blame it on a conspiracy because suddenly I'm in a very, very bad energy dynamic. And if I blame it on a conspiracy, I'm allowing somebody else to have control over me. I would say that even if a conspiracy did exist, and there's been a few little ones over the ages, and they still exist in Rome, even if they... I didn't say what it was, so please don't have any preassumed notions, church. But never give your power to a conspiracy. And the moment you do, the moment you're in that duality, you're in that dynamic. You are no longer a sovereign being. You are now part of the conspiracy because they need their victims, and you need your perpetrators.
Big.
Let go of any conspiracy if you're sovereign. Or if you like the game, that's a fun game for a while. If you like the game, into it. Now, where were we? We were talking about responsibility. Thank you for asking that predetermined question. We had to do something to smack the energy around a little bit. That's a good question, though. Responsibility. Is it more responsibility to carry your past, which really isn't your past, you're going to see? Because your past is not what you think it is. Your past is a series of potentials, most of which have never been realized or understood. None of them, or very few of them, actually manifested. But you believe it's your past because of programming. But your past can be changed the moment you say, that was not my past. Suddenly, your past really isn't a series of chronological, linear events that took place. Suddenly, your past is no longer history or his story. Suddenly, the past is but one of many potentials or options that could have been played out. And now, literally, the moment you release yourself from your past, you suddenly realize how you can also change it tomorrow. That was a mouthful. Yeah. Forgiveness. That's why I threw this out there, forgiveness. Going so far as to say, wasn't me. That's forgiveness. Not forgiveness like, I am so sorry I did this to you, and I was terrible, and I was such a bum, and I was a bad husband, I was a bad mother. That is suffering. That is karma. That is really a lot of bad energy feeding. And that's beating on yourself. True forgiveness is saying, was not me. Show me the pictures. I don't care what proof you have. That wasn't me. It really wasn't. And then you stop for a moment and say, this is me. Watch this. And then they start laughing, of course. Woo, woo. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you're saying it to yourself, not to them. Just like our dream walk the other day. This is me. This is my presence, my radiance, my I am that I am. This is me. It's always been me, actually. It has always been me. Just been polluted with a lot of other stuff, which really wasn't me. A lot of old ideas, a lot of outdated and stale dreams, a lot of going along with mass consciousness. I really didn't want to. That wasn't me. This is me. I am that I am. So our experience walking out into the other realms, we gathered a group because you thought we were going to go do some rescue shit. But let's call a spade a spade. It was fun. But really, my dear friends, we were doing something much different. We were practicing being in our radiance. Practicing under extreme conditions in the earthbound realms on Halloween Day. Practicing being there in the I am that I am. Attracting parts of yourself tomorrow, which is the same as today. To come take a look at the new light that's shining, the new freedom. Let's take a deep breath. Deep breath for that. I've got Calder all choked up. Deep breath. And I go one step further. You're doing this, not me. You are really doing this. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here listening, taking part, laughing, applauding. Because it truly is you.